how did you overcome as a kid the limiting belief systems, or did you grow up in a household where you didn't weren't exposed to the typical limiting belief systems that we all are? Money don't grow on trees. Don't put all your eggs in one basket, right? You can't trust everybody. Got to save for a rainy day. If it's going really good, too good, you know something bad is going to happen. You don't always get what you want. You know, these kind of I don't know if you grew up in a household like this, but I know that it doesn't really matter the ethnicity, that amongst a particular classism, especially here in America, these are the belief systems that we've been, you know, uh, brought up under. So I was just wondering, a is one, if was you brought up under that, and if you were, how were you able to not become heavily influenced by it, and was able to continue to manifest? And did you have any point where you wasn't able to it, or did you have to become like the rebel and stuff?
Well, I definitely grew up in a system where I was taught to think a certain type of way, especially elementary school. I was in a Christian school. I grew up in that space and then went to public middle and high school. And both of those were in very tough neighborhoods. I grew up in a tough neighborhood, and I'm also the oldest sibling and the oldest cousin of my grandmother's on my mother's side. So I was kind of left by myself to some degree to, even though I was taught a certain type of thing, I was very responsible. So I was kind of left to some of my own devices. So I was able to have the freedom to think the way I choose to think as a child. And one of the things that really had me being very intentional about my thinking was the environment that I was in at the time. So I grew up in a gang infested neighborhood in Watts, California.
Mm.
And at that time, it was a good deal of gun violence. Me and my cousin had been detained just because we were outside. We were 12 years old when we were detained in front of our entire neighborhood. We've had to duck so many times from drive-by shootings in middle school. So because of my environment at that time, I wanted something different. And what that different thing was came through the music of Miss Lauryn Hill, Miss Education of Lauryn Hill. So I listened to her, I believe it was the 13th track, the self-titled Miss Education of Lauryn Hill. And it was that song where she had brought up environment. I look at my environment and wonder where the fire went. So with me listening to her music, that honestly was what helped me to start visualizing and to start putting my mind in a place where I felt that there was some calmness, that there was some place that I just wanted my family to be able to go to. And I did that for like about a year where I put myself in a space. I had a room at my aunt's house because that's who I lived with. My mother and my aunt lived on the same property.